Hello everyone and welcome back. Here is another game that we played 3 versus 3 as a ranked ladder game. Uh, Another interesting game. We'll get into it. Let's see how this was played out. We'll get into capture age. Here we go. So in this game, MOLVIRUSH playing as Ethiopians on a flank position. Myself playing as Franks again in the pocket position, and SS playing as gods in the flank position on the other side. So this was a pretty similar map, Arabia, and we were against, uh, let's see here, this is getting stuck for some reason, hold on, shouldn't be getting stuck, okay, I don't know what happened there, but anyways, so this is the Lithuanians in teal, you could say. Green is Franks, and blue is playing as Burmese. In terms of the gameplay here, it was pretty simple for us. I was to go cavalry, SS infantry, try to do a huskrel spam if he comes up against archers, and Ethiopians will obviously go archers against Burmese, which is a good counter to Burmese, I think, archers. However, SS will have a task on his hand because he will be against Lithuanians, a strong cavalry civ, as well as even I think their spears are faster. I think yeah, their spears are faster. But regardless, I mean, SS won't be going for any archer play here. He would probably be going for the infantry play straightforward. Myself going straight into knights, and Ethiopians here will probably end up going into archers straight. Okay. So when you're playing Franks, Lithuanians, and Burmese, it's not the most ideal comp, I would say, because you have 2 cavalry civs and you have 1 semi-cavalry civ. I mean, Burmese can play they can play cavalry as well as their special unit from the castles, the Arambai. Pretty valuable map for me. If you could see here, I could wall here, I could wall here, and I'm pretty secure. I just need to block off this area, and this is a pretty decent wall off. As for SS also, I believe it's not that bad. You can wall here, and you can wall probably here is a better option than walling to the edge of the map, unless he wants to wall tree line to tree line like that, and then here. But he's got, so he doesn't have the stone walls, so he'll have to do ballasted walls.
Cafe.
All right. It's pretty standard starts for everybody. Lithuanians start off with extra food, so they could probably go into a drush pretty quickly. But here, I think the gentleman has not really bothered with it. and 3 on wood, now the 4th one, and then these guys are just 15 on food, going at the boars first. Interesting. Now they're gonna go onto the wood. Okay. What would be interesting to see is, as a Lithuanian player, what does he do next? Oh boy. Oh boy. Dark Age farms? Damn, that's a lot of Dark Age farms, and they're weirdly placed too. Oh boy. Now he's going 15 on wood to collect a lot of wood and make more farms. Very, very interesting play here. Some kind of YOLO build order. I have no idea about. Let's take a look at another player here. Green. Playing as Franks. Walling up. Seven on wood. 3 here, so 10 on wood together. 2 farms, so he's definitely going for a knight's play. He has not clicked up yet, he's up to 22 villagers. So myself and Fussy are going up, and SS is already in feudal. And these guys are not in feudal age yet. They could even die to a scout rush, I think, if we did a scout rush on them, because they're not walled and they're very slow into feudal. Very, very late into feudal. Rush coming in. Some villagers coming in from the Burmese player while he walls up. He's already on stone, so tower rush is on his way. So first he loses his scout, and he's getting a tower built right on his gold, and possibly gonna range his wood line as well. Yeah, I think maybe this wood line would have been better for Fuzzy in the beginning instead of going for the forward one. Maybe I would have just get us a second tower coming up. SS so far is walled up. Yeah. In a V. Very interesting wall. I mean, this is okay because he doesn't really have anything else to wall off with. But yeah, maybe even wall here, and wall here. But you need to be aware of the surroundings more and more. Pay more attention to the surroundings in order to do that, and sometimes you don't have the time to do that, you know, to plan your walling. You just gotta wall off and move on to the next thing. As you can see here, tower rush, tower after tower. First he's going for a counter tower. He's already on stone. And does he get it up? There you go. He needs to garrison. Garrison. There you go. Blue walls up. Tries to wall up. First he's fighting with villagers. Interesting moment, which I was unaware of while I was playing. That this was all happening in Fuzzy's town. That's hilarious. Will fighting with tower rushes. I know he mentioned something about a couple towers being built, but I thought it was only like maybe one or two, but this is a full-on tower rush here in his base. Meanwhile, SS is cool. Lithuanian players is doing something really wacko. This lumber camp and these villagers. 3 on gold. While green is walling off completely. And leaving this area completely exposed. And this area as well. I guess once you wall up to here, the opponent thinks that he is completely walled. So that could be one heck of a disguise. And same is for Burmese. Not completely walled yet. So one tower gone down, second tower from Fussy. His main gold is out of order right now, but he has another gold here and another gold here, so you can always use that. What am I up to? I have started to make knights. I guess I'm in castle. Yeah, I'm in castle. These guys are going into castle. SS also clicked up into castle. So at this point, we either send the knights here to take out these towers so that we can give this gold back to Fussy and his wood line, or we can go and hit blue. Because honestly, if here we start spending time on taking down these towers, which are really, what are they achieving? They're achieving a wood line and the main gold, right? And Fussy has access to this gold here, so it's not the end of the world. Let him. So I told, you know, I really thought that here at this point, a counter attack would be more beneficial. And while we talk about that, we'll keep an eye on where SS is standing right now. The green is not doing much right now. Doesn't have as many farms. 8 farms. Scouts coming in from the green, from Franks, trying to see if he can harass SS, who's the gods. See, the game is all about timing, right? So you see here, the green is trying to see if he can harass SS, and I will go ahead and attack blue while he's trying to take away this gold from Fussy. And teal is started to make some knights to attack Fussy as well, but if Fussy gets stonewalled, then it'll be really tough. So here's an engagement. Trying to drop a castle on this stone and gold against blue. I mean, he has stone and gold in the back there, but at least we'll be able to give him some trouble. So since blue has invested into you see, I should have been paying attention to this and taken out these villagers easily. Meanwhile, Fussy is trying to defend against scouts and a couple of knights, which I told him to just defend, just hide his villagers while I take out blue's eco. Blue, I think, lost a lot of villagers here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, he got trashed. Military. Look at that. He lost 26, killed 5. Wow. I killed 23 of his either military or villagers. He just got really really thrashed. Society. Wow, still 43. But he did get harassed quite a bit. So here's SS going over to kill the Lithuanians, somewhat. Another TC coming up for the Lithuanians in a really weird spot. It could have been against the wood line here, but hey, who am I to say that? My TC is in a very awkward spot either. Also, could have had another TC here. So my castle is somewhat being denied. While I'm taking out this, I should have sent some knights to protect my castle. Wow, 83%. Yeah, so knights are coming out, being pumped out, no problem. SS took down one of his TCs, he's going after the second one. Halberdiers and men-at-arms. Well, it's very simple, right? You could have all the mobility in the world, but when an infantry like that goes and hits your TC, you don't have a choice but to call in your forces back to defend. And infantry, if you have halberdiers, then you just you just get roasted. So very. Wow, Lithuania was done. That guy was done. These guys were done. Three TCs went down. That's it. He was toast. I think that was at the end of the game pretty much. Yeah, that's it. They called the GG. I mean, there was nothing really left to fight for. But I'm really surprised that Green didn't really do much. Green was... I didn't see any military from Green other than these two knights and a couple of scouts earlier, which tried to harass SS. As playing as Franks with that kind of food eco, I think he should be much quicker into castle and making knights. This is unbelievable. Yeah, that was a nice game. Lithuanian player just got completely bamboozled. I mean, he had some knights going in and out here and there, but overall he couldn't compete. Let's look at these stats quickly here. So let's look at the score. Total score. There you go. So SS has the highest score, the highest military score, I believe, and technology. And then it looks like it's mine. Technology is 810, which is pretty low. I don't think I did much research. Economy is the highest for me. Okay, so I had a better economy. Right, and for Fuzzy, overall, he had an okayish score compared to other players, the opponents, but I think because of the tower rush, he lost a lot of economy. And then he got rushed with scouts and then knights, but we had to give him up in order to win the game. We, you know, if we went to defend him, I think uh, the game would have been different. Maybe it would have given more time to the blue player, the Burmese player, to bounce back from his position. All right, let's look at the military scores. Of course, it's 1.4. Wow. So I have the highest average, the units, I guess. 33 kills to 7 losses, while SS has the highest number of kills, but with 35 losses. Uh, buildings. Highest number of buildings, I guess, killed off by SS. He raised 3 to 0. I raised 5 to 1. These are interesting stats. I mean, I never look at these stats, but they're good to have. They're good to see. Highest military for SS, 47. Then myself, 23. Let's look at the economy. SS collecting the largest amount of resources. Myself collecting the second largest resources, especially the gold. Technology, 57% exploration. Percentage, almost 20. Research count, total 82. He had 16 searches done out of 82. Myself 10 out of 86. Okay, castle timing was quickest for me, 16 minutes and 50 seconds. And let's look at the final stats of society. Wow, 59 villagers for. I mean, Frank's player was pocket, I understand that, but the guy never came out of his shell to help his teammates. He was just sitting in his shell trying to boom. Yeah. Alright then. So that was a good game, and the key there was to counterattack here, counterattack the Lithuanians, instead of wasting time to bring down a couple towers. I think that was the key here, to go in and get this guy, clear him up, and he lost a lot. He lost a lot, and when the green player saw that, I think he called the GG because he wasn't ready to defend his teammates. Lithuanians played a really weird setup in terms of, his wood line and his TC positions were just really random to me. Anyhow, yeah, you see in this game, SS did wall up, and when the scouts came, they couldn't really do much. So I think gods need that. They need that palisade wall up fairly quickly. As for my game, I did the same thing, to go into a very fast castle time and try to pump out as many knights as possible and just get the armor upgrades for them and make them as strong as possible. And then start booming into 3 TCs once you successfully push back the other player with your military count. So that's it. GG. Well played. That was a good win. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.